Hello and welcome to my video. I just wanted to talk about a few things I've found like I wish they would fix in the game or change that I haven't really heard anyone talk about. I've heard about, the lack of customization when it comes to the, heretics and all that. This is my tactical. I've currently been grinding out my heavy. Up next is my bulwark, but I currently have 40 hours in the game. I did the campaign. I did all 6 operations once, just so I knew the storyline. I've been playing since day one. I've unlocked a lot. As you can see, I have the DLC. I've mainly been playing the PvP to just unlock everything. I've just found it easier in terms of time. Because for all the classes, it's achieve victory in 28 missions in operations mode or matches in eternal war mode to unlock. So I've been playing PvP, and I found a few issues that I recently looked at, like the patch notes or the Q&A that they made right before I started making this video, but I just haven't seen anyone else talk about it, at least like in YouTube videos or just like really anywhere. But it's about PvP matchmaking and just like the balancing going on there. So yeah, I'll get into that right now. So like I said, they had released a Q&A that they had done right before I started making this video. Talks about a lot of aspects of the game, PvE, PvP, and other small things here and there. I just wanted to focus on the PvP aspect. They had 3 topics: matchmaking, balancing, and spawning. Matchmaking, it's being able to queue up as a squad of 6. I personally don't have an issue with it just being a squad of 3, but that's just because I play solo. So that's not my concern, but I can see why people would want to queue up as a squad of 6. Spawning, I know spawning's a little broken at the moment, that you can spawn, enemies can spawn kill you a lot. So I'm glad that they're implementing spawn protection. I haven't really had to deal with it a lot, but I have been the one to try to spawn kill enemies. About shock grenades being OP, I don't really consider them OP, but I do acknowledge that most of the players are using shock grenades compared to any other grenades. Melee being underpowered, I do agree that it is underpowered. And I wish that there's some way that they can fix that, make it more competitive. Assault being considered weak in PvP. I am not a good assault player. I haven't really spent a lot of time playing that class, but the few people I do see play it are really good at playing it. I have had some really good games playing assault, so I wouldn't really consider it weak. Bulwark being overpowered in capture zones, that is something just in general, I feel like Bulwark is overpowered in terms of if you're stuck in a 1v1 with a Bulwark, there is no real way to kill them unless you have a teammate coming up to help you, or they have a teammate coming to help them and they kill you. And heavy being overpowered in general, I am iffy. I have mixed feelings about that. The biggest issue I had, and it's the reason why I wanted to make this video, because I had seen no one talking about it, whether it be just YouTube videos, the forums, the Discord, is the team balancing. So at the moment, when you load up into quick match or whichever game mode you want to play, whatever team you get assigned is the team you're stuck with until you leave the lobby. And this can result in matches being just one-sided for the rest of the time you're in that lobby. When I first started playing PvP, the first day and a half, I just constantly kept losing matches. It wasn't until, you know, that second day towards the end of it where I actually started winning some matches. And nowadays, I just re-queue into the PvP to get into a team that either dominates or is at least even. So I'm really glad that they're like looking into it. I hope they either add skill-based matchmaking or randomize the teams after every round, just so that it's, you know, more fair. Either or I'm okay with. I'm just glad they're looking into it because, like I said, this is the main issue I had. And honestly, that first day and a half, if it wasn't for my love for Warhammer 40k, I would have quit the game because it was just very exhausting mentally and emotionally on me, because I can get very competitive in video games. So I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad they're looking into it. I have other small issues here and there with PvP. I understand PvP wasn't the main focus of the game, and that's completely okay. I'm only playing PvP at the moment just to grind out my classes, get all the armor to look cool, and at least all the armor customization unlocked that I want, so I can go and play operations. One small issue is it kind of attaches back to the matchmaking of whatever team you're on. It's this team you're stuck with. So if you load up into a match and you're a Space Marine, every other match after that, not only will you have the same team, you will be a Space Marine. So the only reason I have an issue with this is because a lot of us have obviously spent a lot of time customizing our Space Marines, so it kind of sucks going into matchmaking, being put as the Chaos side, and that's all you're playing until you leave that lobby and enter queue. So I wish after every match, you know, you switch sides, so you played Space Marines as one side, and I have to play as a Chaos Space Marines in the next match. Just because at the moment there is a lack of customization for your Chaos Space Marine, so I don't feel attached, you know, to my Chaos Space Marines like I do to my just regular Space Marines. So it'd be nice if after every match you could swap sides. Again, just because there is no customization for your Chaos Space Marines. The other issues I've had, and they're not really that big, as like, you know the skill-based matchmaking or the swapping sides, but I'd like, if I hit quick match, I'd like it to be a randomization of the game modes. I understand at the moment there's only 3 maps and 3 game modes, but I'd like the game mode to be switched, you know, every match it'd be a different game mode. Just because it can get pretty exhausting playing the same game mode, and I just hit quick match just to enter a match. I know that you have the option of just playing one specific game mode, but I wish if you hit quick match, it was to play all the game modes. It's just like on rotation. So that would be something I wish they implement, is just if you hit quick match, you're gonna play all the game modes. It's just whatever order you get for the game modes, that's the order it is. The other issue I've had is if you play on one map, you know, you start a new match and you get sent to the same map you just played. Again, I understand there's only 3 maps, but the same with like the game modes. I kind of hope it's random. I don't mind it if it was the same map but a different game mode, but they don't have anything like that. So it's like you're playing the same game mode on the same map again. And I wish they did something to just make it feel different, because it sucks going to the same map, same game mode after you just played it. The last thing I really want to talk about was the rewards at the end of the matches. I don't really know if there's a fix to this, but basically whatever class you're at the end of the match, if you win, that's the class that gets the like point, I guess you could say, towards unlocking armor. And it kind of sucks for the other classes, because sometimes you might have to switch mid-match to better help your team, or just, you know, your team is lacking one area, you just need to help them out. It's happened to me multiple times where I've been grinding out my heavy class, but mid-match I have to switch over to my tactical or my assault or my sniper class, and then I forget to switch back, and obviously the win doesn't count towards my heavy class, which is the one I've been grinding out at the moment. So that's another small thing. I kind of wish like that the win went to all the classes you played. Maybe like, hey, you have to play this class for a minimum of like 2-3 minutes in the match, or get a couple kills, or die within that class, like something to make it like I don't want to say incentivized, but just something for people who do switch classes in the middle of a match. But yeah, at the moment, those are all my concerns and just like things I want to be known about my issues with PvP. Like I said, the biggest one was that there is no randomizing of teams or skill-based matchmaking, but I'm glad that they finally acknowledged that in the Q&A. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it this long, let me know what you think about PvP or operations, even though I haven't spent a lot of time in that. But yeah, thank you for stopping by.